Hey there. It's 10 to 2 in the morning, February the 6th. Finally getting our brutal cold snap. I had a nice nap earlier today, so I'm going to be up for a while again here. Bullshit. That's alright. I got me some popcorn. We're going to watch a little music video together. And this comes at a time where a second friend of mine has come to me extremely stressed out about the subtle manipulations that are going on to people. And he sees it on a certain level, other people see it on another level. This is the level I kind of like to look at it as, where I've talked before about ancient religions trying to control you, that it was the religious leaders who put kings in power and then governments thereafter, and it's still the religious leaders of the world today that run everything, and that's what all the wars are being fought over too, is all of this old ancient religious stuff. Star Wars, as Spielbergo would put it, and he would know too, because he knows what's up with the Kabbalah. Him and Lucas both know. You know, Indiana Jones has similar things going on in it, but it's the language of symbolism as taught in the lodges of blue and red of the Masonic churches, which are blue and red, Scottish Rite and Blue Lodge. And now I believe that I know where the whole blue and red dynamic comes from, and that's how well engineered it is. Why I try to encourage you to watch those videos. All those movies with Christopher Lloyd in them, and the Back to the Future movies, and the multiple meanings and things that are extracted from it, and how well planned it is that they can do things years and years, if not longer, in advance, because they just have to keep working towards it. And they manipulate your mind constantly with politicians and with symbology and with subliminal messaging, which is what this video is all about. I want you to watch this video with me. It's a music video, but it's not really going to be too much about the music. And you're going to see all the symbolism that's contained in it. It gets into people's heads and how they're using certain people to help push this narrative for them while they take over the world. They really start to have to get to know who they really are. I got friends that are super hopelessly scared and they feel like everything's going to end. It's over. We've lost. They've won. No. I've went and contacted Bernie Tree 66. She got really popular some years back with a video that I first watched when it hit YouTube, when I was a big YouTube addict way back when. And she got really popular, and then her popularity died off. Now, they won't completely extinguish her channel because that would diminish them and their message. They can't make too much of a hypocrite of themselves. But she openly talks about who the problem is and what they're doing to all of us. And I've requested an interview with her through her channel. So if you think that would be a good idea and you know who she is, I'm going to put a link to, in the description, the video she did on this. Now, I seen this a while back. I seen this years ago, and then I seen it again lately. All these things are coming back to me with the goddamn synchronicity that's so crazy sometimes. And then I seen a video from her after my buddy was so upset tonight, and it's like, I'm going to reach out to her and see if we can start doing interviews with all the smaller channels so that we can make more of a network. I don't know. Something does have to be done. It has to be done peacefully, and it has to be done in a way that everybody can just accept it, or at least enough people can accept it. Like I said, you ain't never going to get no everybody. Well, maybe eventually. It depends when things get popular enough. But it's true, we might have to try. I keep saying to my friends, you know, don't worry. There's a lot of things that they want to have happen that just aren't going to. They can't force the nature of people. And that's mostly true. But it is still something that has to stop. We need to stop being manipulated. We need to take a stand against it. And so this is what I guess my channel is really trying to have been from the beginning about, is how do we put together a cohesive something that'll make something happen. You know, a lot of the stuff I show, I'm sure a lot of you already all know. That's cool. But I mean, now we have to start playing the InfoWars game, so to speak, and finding as good of information as we can. So I mean, to me, this is the subliminal messages that goes on in this that has got everybody just like trapped right now, you know. And it's absolutely true. I think that you know, Charles Manson was a psyop way back when, and he was talking about Helter Skelter, and now we're seeing all that 1960s shit coming back to us now. Black Panthers are now the BLM, and now you've got angry white people because they're, you know, being threatened once again, and all this stuff. It's just all happening all over again. Communists in the background controlling both sides of government, trying to run the script, trying to run the narrative, right? And so, I mean, so here it is. I mean, they don't know what to do. They've been trying themselves. They don't know what to do. So that's one of the other plans I'm putting forward. I know I've put other plans forward before that I haven't acted on. There's enough people who do it on their own. I guess that's cool. And like I said, I'm jaded, and I do my best. So, I mean, right now I'm motivated, so I'm moving. So we're going to watch this video, and then you're going to think about it, and I'm going to put the link to the description for this and for Bernie's video. And if you think it's a good idea we start conversations with Bernie and try to make a bigger community, go join her channel and start letting her know in the comments on her newest videos what you think, and maybe that's a good idea. So, and this also comes to me at a time where I see that video from Ghost talking about the reaction video to McDonald's rap video about how fucked up things are, right? And now there's people from all stripes that are getting pilled, and that's good. So let's keep that going. There's already a huge amount of momentum compared to my Chinese shit channel, and we should all take part in it. So let's watch this anyway, because again, I want you to get to know the reality of symbolism and subliminals and how the ancients have learned to use all of that against us for, in my opinion, thousands of years. So let's enjoy this. Top of the dollar. Oh, wait, and there's one more thing they just showed. Sorry. I was going to say there's one other little quick thingy. Where is it? Oh, maybe it already happened. I didn't take it back far enough. Oh, there it was. Oh, son of a gun. Now I've skipped to the next video. Bear with me. Oh, fuck's sakes. I'm just going to pause this while Alright. Alright, so there we go. I apologize. My fingers are being disagreeable with my brain, clicking the wrong buttons. So anyway, that's the other thing I was going to say. He's also got that one eye showing that happens a lot of the time too. Just a quick little thing to show you, but it's one more thing that they could have added to this that they didn't. So anyway, carrying on. Justin Trudeau. Run by Rosenberg, the communist from M19. Because that's what they want to do. Muslims too, turning them against you and you against them too. subliminal. What's been happening now? Here's another one coming up. Boom, boom, right there. You know, he shoots his hips into them twice. Right at the time when he's level with their hips, he humps the children. Here she comes. Hey kids, dig it, baby! I'd also like to note that he looks absolutely crazy through the whole video, okay? So the subliminals are working on more than one person. Who they have to talk to everybody who's watching, and everyone's going to have a different subliminal effect based on their perception of the world. Cash machine go brrrr. That's exactly, I'm sorry to say, this is exactly what would happen if you paid reparations. It doesn't matter if no one has inherited any wealth. If they didn't know how to build it in the first place and you just give them a bunch of wealth, they're not going to know what to do with it. It'll all be gone in about a year or less. Statistically, this is what happens with people who win the lottery. It's the same story. They're white even. They win the lottery. They blow all their money on having an extravagant house with, you know, some of those old shows I used to see on TV. They'd show people who blew their money up. You know, in this situation, the guy's got like the swords from the movie Highlander, and he paid tons of money for them just to have them in his house. And he's all slick back hair and sunglasses, and you know, he's laying every woman that he can with his new setup. But he didn't know how to make the wealth. He just spent it all to look chic for a bit, and that was it. It was over. So that's what this is all promoting too. This is creating a cyclical. It's a cyclical way of stealing from us and keeping us at each other. Because you know the money all goes to the top, and it all goes to the top. So when you follow the pyramid to the very top, where is it? What is that pyramid? That's what we're going to get into with all wars or bankers' wars. I'm going to put that video up later on today, and you're going to watch that video and share it like you're going to share this one. If you really think that we're in danger and we need to start figuring this out and trying to let everybody know that there's powers that be that are putting us against each other, then we need to start doing something about it, okay? Now, I know I've been kind of lax at this, but today I really felt it because of my poor friends, and they're so uncomfortable. I mean, I'm not as uncomfortable as they are, but, you know, maybe I should be. Anyway. I'd also suggest the destruction of Christianity, which is something they want to have happen worldwide too. Holding his crotch around the kids. Absolutely referencing that. Most people don't see this in the video, guys. Most people have no clue. You know how, if you're on this channel and you're still with me, I know that you're smarter than the average fucking person is. So you know that this is most people when it comes to this. And they won't even see this symbolism. And if you showed this to them, they'd be in absolute denial. So it feels hopeless. But don't feel hopeless. I've seen groups go to such a small number they're in absolute hiding, and then they still manage to grow back up and be huge in the world again. It takes time, but what else are you gonna do, huh? What else you got on your agenda? Let's go. Kids dancing around him. Not cool.
For 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Skull and bones on his shirt. Come on. Tongue hanging out like the bloody tongue of Kali Ma. Kali Ma Shakti Day. Facial expressions affect your psychology. So when that finishes with him leaving a facial expression like that.
I'm living in America, and in America you're on your own. America's not a country. It's just a business.
So with his face like that, he's leaving the viewer with an end impression of that terrified face with all the imagery shown before that. This is the kind of stuff that I showed in one of my way earlier videos from way back when Obama was giving his inauguration speech, and he's talking about how you've been held back by colonialism for so long now. He started seeding this, and then when Trump came in, it was the embodiment of it. The rich millionaire who had his own talk show firing everybody that a lot of people hated. You either loved or hated that show. And so when he started to go for being president, people either loved or hated him then too. I didn't like him at the beginning, and I was suspicious of him. I spoke out against him. And then eventually, I mean, I felt like I had no choice, that he was the man to sort of keep things sort of realistic and not letting Antifa run around and burn the world down, communist bastards that they are. And, you know, then I look at him now and I think to myself, no, I have to think to myself, he's just a Pied Piper himself. I have to. Look at some of the things that he said and done, and I mean, really, where was he? He wasn't inside the building waiting for anybody. If he was going to coup, he would have fucking had generals and military with him, and it would have been done like that, not with a bunch of semi-armed civilians. It was all a big show. I got a video clip of Alex Jones riling everybody up too, or whatever, that I'm going to put up eventually here or whatever, and he's doing the exact same thing. He's riling everybody up, saying this is your 1776, we need to fight back against the globalists or it's all over and done. And he lures everyone in there, but he's not waiting on the inside for them. Neither is Trump. They let everyone in, and now you've got the whole world against them. White supremacists, nationalism, nativism, all these things are coming into the vocabulary of governments all around the world. All around the world. So you see what's going on. We're on the verge of the communist takeover, the Great Reset. Sometimes I think differently about the Great Reset, but that might be hopeful thinking, that really it's just to shock the system into people being able to borrow more money in the bank, putting us on another 100 years of debt, but I just don't know. I think that it's more likely we're going to see new paradigms unfolding for the new millennium. Their age of Aquarius that we are in, as I've mentioned before as well. Right, so anyway, that's good for that video. Kali Ma Shakti De. You know where that's from? That's from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's what Mola Ram is saying before he pulls that guy's heart out and lowers him into the lava, and then the guy's heart starts on fire while it's still beating in Mola Ram's hand. There's some interesting things with that. I should snag a clip of that too, or whatever, with him talking about the gods and the end war of the world, and think about who wrote that shit again. Think about Star Wars before I leave too, about how that's another cycle. They've got every 3 sets. They've got 3 sets of 3 movies as sort of the canon. And they're all a repetition of the exact same story. Kid in a desert finds out they're chosen. They have to help their people against the forces of evil, which is the Empire. Who is which, it's hard to say. They almost both appear as the same, if you really understand the mythos. They seem like Moses rising up out of the desert with the lightsaber as his magic staff that he can turn into a serpent, or various other things connected to the Force that helps him against the forces of evil. And the forces of evil worship, have a symbol, let's say, that is six-sided, and if you drew a star inside, it would be a six-pointed star, and that's a hexagram. That's for putting spells on you. That's why they say put a hex on someone. So think about all that shit, right? People aren't thinking enough about this stuff as they follow around these symbols today, being told something that it's not. So anyway, I'll bugger. I know it's another long video for most people's attention, but fuck, it needs to be done. 20 minutes isn't that damn long. If I divided this in two, I know you'd watch both of them. Spread it around. Alright, peace out.